We're listening to another episode of Mr. Alley's Neighborhood. This is the place where you're entitled to Brad's opinion. And now for your host, Brad Allard.
How are you doing out there in my vast listening audience out in Mr. Allard's Neighborhood and podcast land? Today I have Brian Roberts of Meatmiesters. Meatmiesters Barbecue, giving back one Q at a time. My wife saw this yesterday and she cracked up when we were looking at your website. But anyway, Brian here does charitable barbecuing. Now I got to admit, that's a new one for me. Mm-hmm. You know, I bet you don't have a lot of competition for that.
No, not really. Nobody just wants to give away barbecue.
Yeah, and I'm going to ask you several questions. I hope I don't hit you too many, but I'm going to ask you a bunch like for whom and how do you do this? And how do you find the time for this? If you had a real job with 3 little girls, oh my goodness. Anyway, but Meatmeisters is, how long y'all been around?
We have been doing this, I want to say, going on 8 to 9 years.
That's what I thought. I thought it was like a decade roughly. And you've been doing it in the Johnson County area primarily.
Yeah, we go. I mean, we have an event we do in Frisco where we actually in Grapevine's where we first started.
Oh, really? Okay.
And we've gone, there and of course all over the area here.
Well, it sounds like you cover a lot of ground. Do you have one of those gigantic smokers?
We do. We have I don't want to say how many feet exactly, but basically a car hauler trailer with a 500-gallon tank.
Yeah. That
we have actually built ourselves, and it's taken a long time because we don't, we're a bunch of guys with full-time jobs, full-time families, so we've actually built it ourselves. One of our guys on our team, Chris, he and his son, Cade, who's actually in high school in Arlington, they have been a huge part of building it, and Cade went from building the smoker, now he is going to, I think, a state competition for welding.
Okay.
And he started on our smoker, so we're very proud of that. He's actually the newest member of our team. So,
well, I was going to ask you about your team, about how does one get a hold of you? Where do you get the meat? How does an event like this take place? On and on and on. But before, I got a first round of sponsors that make all this possible. So let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. Thank you, Daniel, at CrossFit Burleson, 317 Southwest Wilshire. Check out their webpage at CrossFitBurleson.com to find out membership plans and training programs and regimens and all the rest. Also, thank you to Shandy Stogsdill, the Stogsdill Realty Group. She'll turning transactions into relationships. Shandy is going to help you find a home in this area. I bet the homes in Joshua are going up in experience like they are here in Burleson, are they not?
Oh, yes.
That's where you're from, is from Joshua. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this whole part of the county is just blowing up. And so if you're going to talk to somebody about a real estate deal, you better talk to Shandy because she knows where they're at and help you get your foot in the door. Also to Rex at Russell Wealth Group. Rex can help you out with your 401ks, retirements, whatnot. Hit myfinancialbox.com, hit the link, check out the video, get to know him, have a little coffee, and help you with your retirement plans or college saving plans. You're going to need college savings plans with 3 little girls, aren't you?
Yes. College is not getting cheaper. So.
Not even close. And it's we've had conversations about that with several people, and they're like, I don't know how many liquor stores are going to have to knock off to get my son an education, but there you are.
Yep. All
right. And also, Optavia with Kimmy Etheridge, 817-789-1622. It's a weight loss, weight maintenance, lifestyle plan. Give her a call. She can help you take the weight off, keep it off. And it's not some grim diet that you have to gut your way through, so to speak. It's a lifestyle change, and with coaching and whatnot. So Optavia, 817-789-1622. Also, this might be dangerous for you, for Mrs. Roberts. Southern Gym. You know a Southern Gym by any chance?
I don't.
Well, it's on the Windmiller building on Hidden Creek, in that standard building, or standard complex, I guess is a better way to put it. And she's on the 3rd floor, and she has inventory, she has cleaning, she has design, whatnot. It's Mother's Day coming up. And apparently, Mrs. Roberts has done her duty with 3 kids.
She has. She actually, we wish I'd known about them a couple weeks ago. I had to get her ring fixed because she thought it was a great idea to open a Topo Chico bottle with her very expensive wedding ring.
Good plan. Yep. Well, she could have done it. Gayla
keep them in mind.
Gayla Moores is a really sweet woman, and she can handle it. And a lot of people I know, I'm in a networking group along with her and my previous sponsor and the one coming up, and a lot of the ladies just swear by her, saying she's really good with jewelry. Also, Hot Works over on 714, over by the theater and Kroger's. It's an infrared workout. It's different types of workouts, Pilates and yoga and all sorts of things. And it's done in an infrared system, so you maximize the workout experience. you don't have to work out quite as long because you're going to be sweating it out. So thank you, Michelle, for your sponsorship and your help. All right. Well, I guess we'll just start from the beginning. Did you grow up, learning how to grill, or is this something you had to learn yourself?
No, this is something, how it started many, many years ago. I was actually just engaged to my wife. And me and my father-in-law, my now father-in-law, we were sitting around, and there's an organization called Camp Craig Allen.
Yeah, it's on this bottle here.
Yep, they're one of our, that's where we started. So they do a yearly amateur barbecue cook-off, and my cousin, Raquel, which is actually one of our team members' sister, she has muscular dystrophy. And Camp Craig Allen is something that she's a part of, where she got to go and she got to do things, water ski. She's been on a cruise. She's done, ran for Miss Texas, Wilshire, Texas. She's done some amazing things, and we decided, hey, let's give this a shot. Let's have some fun. And we did our first ever amateur barbecue event, and it was complete chaos. But we had an amazing, amazing time, and it kind of stole our hearts. My father-in-law was an old school farmer, great man, and when it won him over, and when it won him over, we knew on something. That's where we started. We never missed an event since, and so from there.
If you're not familiar with Meatmiesters, though, you grill for charitable outfits.
Correct.
This is not a for-profit outfit. This isn't like, if you're having a party or if your organization's having a company picnic or something like that. You do it for nonprofits to help them attract people to their fundraisers.
Yep. We very rarely do any type of caterings or anything like that because it's just not our thing. We tried the whole competition barbecue circuit. We had a lot of fun doing it, but we realized that our niche and our fun was giving away barbecue, giving away, showing love.
So you do this as like a mission field, almost kind of an outreach.
Yep.
Okay. And so I just find that very interesting because, a lot of people, I've talked to a lot of nonprofits and of course they want a lot of people to come to it. And so they try to find ways to bring people. Nothing brings people to your nonprofits like food. And I can imagine with the stuff y'all are making, the brisket and whatnot, that really does attract a big crowd. And so, you've been doing this, and you said for close to a decade now. What types of groups have you done it for?
So we have what we call our Meister charities, which we're not stuck. We don't just, we do more than that. So we have organizations like the Children's Advocacy Center in Cleveland.
Yeah, the Advocacy Center. Yeah, we were talking about this before. They were on a show a couple years ago. I'd like to have them back. So we
Yep. Tammy's
let them know.
Tammy's a great lady out there, and they have a huge gala every year, and we cook, serve food. We do it all. We don't charge a penny.
When is this gala, by the way?
I don't know if they've announced the 2022. With COVID, it's
right. Everything's
changed.
Fluid. Yeah,
but that's something we've been able to do. And Joshua Young Life, we actually have their event. I believe it's this weekend. Their clay shoot, and they're big funders. So we again take lunch for that. We don't charge them a penny. They're one of our organizations. Aiden's Acts of Kindness.
I've had them on the show. Yes.
There's the Walk for Caroline, which is not. It's a walk they do every year to actually my family, my wife and I's, and they lost a baby. I can't remember the exact.
Wait, you did or your friend?
My cousin, my wife and I's cousin.
Okay,
and they do a walk every year to honor it. So we go and we actually do breakfast for that one. We do Open Skies Never Alone.
Right.
Jordan Newald, which Jordan helped get us on this show. So thank you, Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan is an old friend from BHS days, and she's very sweet.
She is.
And we'll have him on the show in a couple of weeks with Brock. He's got his new album coming out, and we're going to have him come and play a couple of tunes.
My daughter will love it. She is a Brock fan.
Well, who isn't that guy?
Hey, I know.
I've heard him play a couple of times.
Yeah.
And he's got genuine talent, and so I hope he can progress with his new album. But so you do all these things, all these different groups, church groups included.
Yeah, Lifegate Churches are one of our newest organizations. It's actually we teams with the youth, but we do things for church. We did for their kickoff a little event they had last Friday. We cook for that, show up, cook, and then go on home.
And that's it, huh?
That's it. It's as easy as that. It's just our way of giving back to the community, showing love, and just in a world filled with so much chaos, it's a chance to just.
I think it's a little bit more involved than that because it takes a while to cook what you're cooking, right? It isn't like you just go in there and throw a few things on the grill. You probably start very early in the day with the process. Do you cook it there, or do you cook it ahead of time and bring it?
It depends on the event. We have a huge 500-gallon smoker that we take with us for huge events like the Advocacy Center. And it depends on the location, what we're doing, if it makes logistical sense to haul. Because we have that big smoker and we have a big enclosed trailer with all our different equipment and supplies and
Yeah.
and stuff in it.
So if it was rather a smaller event with maybe,
We would just take the food, just our trailer.
well, what would you define as a smaller event?
Oh goodness.
Because I know you said you did some pretty big outfits.
Yeah, I would say a couple hundred. We would just take it. We'd do it offsite and haul it in. But again, if it calls for us to bring everything, we'll do it.
Well, I could think about like the Advocacy Center or these other nonprofits. I think the spectacle, if you will, the sight of you grilling is part of the appeal.
Yep, we're taking on a new organization called Choppers, and they do a big one, a couple big events, and we take the whole rig and we cook out there all day long. And we're actually doing one with them on September 11th, and I think it's Las Colinas. I don't have all the details just yet, but we'll take the whole rig out there. We'll be cooking up and giving back and to first responders and military personnel on 9/11.
Now you mentioned Las Colinas, so what's your geographical range to go to do one of these things?
We have never put a map on it.
Okay.
If we can do it, if we can financially do it and bring the team together to do it, it's hard for us to say no. And that's our greatest.
I mean, so you could go as far south as Waco or far north as Denton or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
Weatherford.
we got to, like I said, Frisco.
Yeah, Frisco is a pretty good piece from here.
That's a 3-day event for us.
3 days.
Yeah, we'll go out usually on Thursday night, and we'll cook Friday night, and then all day Saturday.
What do y'all stay? You have a hotel nearby?
Yeah,
Okay.
or a truck or
okay.
Camper, whatever redneck engineering.
Yeah, okay. You'll sleep.
There's a couple pictures on social media of us passed out in chairs, nice reclined chairs, because when you're cooking, that much meat, you don't get to sleep much.
Well, it's at a certain point in the show, I'd like to ask about the logistics of how you do it, because if you're cooking for say 2,000 people, it isn't like just throwing it on the grill. I'm sure it takes hours.
Yeah, we have some great partners. So, for example, I'm going to drop a plug here for Sucklebusters.
Of course,
they've been one of our longest, and
this is what the sauce.
Yep, Sucklebusters.com. They do all kinds of seasonings and sauces, and they have been a huge supporter of the Meatmiesters for many, many years. We're on Team Sucklebusters. We get to do all kinds of great things with them. So they'll send us seasonings in bulk, sauces in bulk, to make our lives easier. We also have a company, I'm sure everybody knows them, the Jambos out in Rendon.
Oh yeah, I've been there several times.
They help us in any sort of way. So if we need food, we'll be purchasing from them at their cost, and as well as use their smokers in the past. We have so much food, we just need help. They never bat an eye. We call Jerry out there, and they are an amazing group of people out there.
This is a pretty good area for barbecue, though. There's several barbecue places and several excellent barbecue places.
Yes,
Jambo's is one of them.
Yep.
There's 2 or 3 others that I've gone to that around here because I like barbecue.
Yeah, we can definitely suggest them. 407 Barbecue up in Argyle, a little bit further north of the Speedway. They are owned by a man named Brian McClarty. He's a great guy, huge influence on all of us. So he's always been there to help answer questions and support us in any way.
And of course, in Texas, barbecue is,
everybody knows how to barbecue.
It's the number one food group practically, but but I just noticed in Burleson, with Heart 8 and with Roscoe's and with Spring Creek, and I know I'm going to miss somebody, several others, and if I miss some, throw it in the names in the comments. I mean, but that's not really your competition as such, because you're not in it for the money.
No, we don't. We don't look at it as we have competition on anything. We just serve the community.
Well, I mean, I've never heard of this type of outreach. I've heard, there's all sorts of things that people do to help with nonprofits and with fundraisers, with charities and whatnot. But grilling meat, that's a new one. I have to admit that. Are you maybe more booked and more in demand than you can actually meet? Because I'm sure this is very, very, very popular option for many fundraisers.
Yes, we stay pretty booked up. We there are times where we overdo ourselves, and
I wouldn't doubt that.
There's 7 guys plus our families on our team, and we have to get creative on how we do things because we have to meet everybody's schedule. So we try to get together at least monthly just to discuss the calendar, things coming up with our so it is a challenge. We have learned to say no, because sometimes even when you say yes, it doesn't always benefit both parties, and we want to make sure that if we say yes, we give it 110%.
Right. And you have a real job, so to speak, a day job.
Yes, this is not a full-time. This is a 100% give back. This is
Right.
everybody has careers, families, baseball. You know, we have guys on our team with kids as old as, goodness, I want to say 21, all the way as young as, I think I'm the youngest with a 2-year-old.
Right.
So there's baseball tournaments weekly, and there's a lot of stuff happening.
How many people work for Meatmiesters?
So there's 7 official members. So there's myself, my cousin Chris Flores, and our other cousin Russell Carter, my father-in-law Randy Randall. We call him, his name is Damon, but he is basically just a friend of Chris's, but he's just always been a part of it. And then like I said, my father-in-law Randy Randall, and then Tony Nix. He's one of my best friends for many years. He handles all of our design and stuff. And then we added Chris's son, Cade. He's going to be graduating high school this year.
You told me he was, when he actually built your trailer or your grill.
So he was a huge part of building it, and he fell in love with welding and whatnot. So he's actually, I can't remember when, but he is going to, I believe it's Corpus Christi, to compete in a welding event for his high school.
Well, that's
and
good.
he is making, yes, and he's going to, actually looks like he's going to turn it into a career. So we couldn't be more proud of him.
Well, he'll make more money than I will as an educator or whatnot, because it's a high demand field.
We're very proud of him. It's great to see not only him succeeding, but our goal as the Meatmiesters isn't just to cook meat and give meat away. We want to show the next generation, our kids, that we just want to love on people and give back. And to see him, and then Tony, he has a son going into high school, Landon, and he is a great young man. And he comes to just about every event and doesn't ask questions. He just works.
Even if you haven't said it explicitly, it's very clear there's a faith component to this.
Absolutely.
Do you feel comfortable in talking about that?
Sure.
Well, please do then. I mean,
if we believe that, our place on earth is just to do God's work, and we want to just give back and love on people in such a crazy world we're in. And if we have an opportunity to just show love to people through barbecue, why the heck not?
Well, like Paul says, be all things to all people. I mean, it's like a lot of things that are associated with outreach. I don't know if Paul ever thought about, but, athletics or other social events, but, barbecue. I mean, it's like you found an area of service to serve God's purposes, even if no one else had thought about that.
Not everybody can stand on a pulpit and preach every weekend.
Yes.
And not everybody can go and work with the youth or the kids or whatever. Our gift that God gave us a passion, and we think we're kind of good at it. We don't like to toot our own horn.
Gosh, no, not.
But we have a passion of giving back and loving on people, and so that's barbecue. And we just main thing is we want to show our kids, and and we got to give a shout out to our spouses.
Well, I'm sure
because they
pay a price, I guess.
When we cook, my wife will tell you that I leave a hefty mess. So when I'm gone, if she can't follow, she will clean up after me, and she is the real MVP. But they are there. They work the pits. They serve alongside. There's not anything that we do that they don't do. So we don't want to take all the credit. So our spouses are
as always. There's always spouses that are pulling the unseen, unthanked role.
They're the real brains behind the operation.
Of course they are. It's same in my house, same in my situation. I get a lot of feedback from my wife. You do too. But it's if I'm smart, I'll listen. But the point is that you've been doing this now for like a decade or so. Any of the local outfits have you done? You mentioned Jordan DeWald and Never Alone. There's so many of these groups that got so much going on. When is your busiest season?
I would say we're getting up into it, going into the spring and summer. Like I said, we have the Young Life this weekend. We have the ASD Center, which is our first event with them. We're very excited. Oh
yeah, I was talking to Lisa Boltonhouse last week, and she was really excited. She really thinks this is going to bring people out to this in late. It's April. Well, it's the last Saturday in April. I'm getting my dates all mixed up. I'm going to say the 20 or the 30th or 29th.
Something 29th. Like that. So
I'm sorry, Lisa. It's the last weekend in April. I forgot the exact
sorry,
date.
Lisa, if I don't remember.
Well, I don't have the calendar in front of me, but no, it's a big deal. It's like an 80s prom kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah, we're very excited. Myself and Russell and the other Meatmiesters went and visited them with them a while back.
There it is. Thank you, Taylor. See, we had,
yes.
They put this on. So now it's April 29th. I got the right date at 6 to 11.
Yes, we're very excited. This, like I said, this is our first time to team up with them officially, and we look forward to it because, we love what they do, and it was a great time visiting with them. So we look forward to working with them.
Well, okay. On the other side of the commercials here, I'm going to ask you about where you get your meat and whatnot, because I mean, that's a lot of expense. And also how does a nonprofit get a hold of you, and what can they expect and whatnot? But just kind of run quickly through these sponsors here. I'm sure you've been to this place more than once, Our Place restaurant.
Yes.
Everybody knows where Our Place is, right? Otto had just got back from Dubai. He was at some World Expo. He's just a world traveler.
Otto is a great guy. I've been there many, many times, and he was a huge supporter with my wife and I when we adopted. He gave plenty of gift cards.
So these are adopted children of yours?
No, I just have one adopted, but whenever we did an adoption fundraiser, and Otto supported us, and shot us some gift cards to raffle off, and we're thankful. He's the kind of man he is.
That's Otto. When people tell me that, well, he gave us gift cards to help out, or he helped us with this, and it's like, I'm not surprised. That's Otto.
He doesn't even know he did it, but we're thankful.
When I was, I had COVID back in January, he brought me a good remedy for it. That had to be over 21. Anyway, I thought that's very kind.
Yes.
So thank you, Otto, at Our Place. I'll be seeing you this week, I'm sure. Also, thank you to Wild Cigar. Are you a cigar smoker?
No, but one of our guys, two of our on the team, Chris and Damon, are huge cigar smokers. So
they should know this place then, because they have a big humidor and they got great cigars.
This is bad news because
they're going to be gone a lot. Well, it's over on the Standard also. It's by that Doughboy Donuts. Everybody sees that one. But Wild Cigar is a place not only get a decent smoke and get you a decent drink. It's quiet and it's and it's not smoky. It's got the aroma, but not all that smoke, because they have a really high dollar ventilator system. And so if your colleagues here like cigars, this is a place to get them. And maybe as a gift, if you're thinking Father's Day, never too soon, or Mother's Day, who knows? Maybe Mom likes to light one up. Get her a gift card. All right. Thank you to Antonio over at Proactive Payment Solutions. Going to have him on Saturday. We have a special Saturday show. He does point of sales operations, so you can do, make transactions. You don't have to make it all cash basis. You can do it electronically and whatnot. And it can set you up with the right program and set you up with the right rates and all the above. So it's a pretty good deal. So point of sales actions can, like at, say, the farmer's market or something like that. Also, thank you to Local Life magazine. They'll be coming out, if it's probably already out, it's April 4th. It's going to come out this week. If it's not in your mailbox already, it goes to 30,000 homes, over 110,000 people. I seriously suggest you look into talking to Tiffany Griffin if you're going to advertise in this area, because she has this area of Johnson County pretty well covered, and so you'll get your name out, and it's not exorbitant expensive at all. So we're going to have Tiffany on sometime in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure, because it kind of fits her schedule, but she likes to come on and bring on a guest. And so back to Meatmiesters. Obviously, we're talking about a great quantity of meat. Where do you get this meat?
It kind of depends on the event. So we keep an eye on sales. They happen. We know what kind of meat we use. We know events coming up, so we'll buy a lot at local grocery stores. They go on sale. There's a couple of restaurant supply stores we buy at, but honestly, we just get creative. I mean, HEB is usually our go-to. They support the Children's Advocacy Center and they support us. So we try to show love to the HEB.
But you're not getting it donated. You are buying it, right?
No, HEB donates to the Advocacy Center some gift cards that we were able to use for that event. But most of the times we have to buy the meat.
Okay, where is this? How do you finance it? So, is this part of the obligation of a nonprofit to help pay for that?
Yep. So we don't know. We don't put any burden on them.
So a nonprofit, you don't charge them for the meat?
Nope.
Then may I ask where you get the money? I mean,
so how we do it is we have a couple of fundraisers throughout the year. So we have our seasonings that I gave you, our sweet mesquite to try out. Suckle Busters teams up with us on, and we have an all-purpose and a sweet heat that we have, as well as we sell some of the Suckle Busters sauces and bean kits and whatnot on our site. So that's a great avenue for us to raise money. But our big one is our smoked Easter hams that we've been doing, I want to say, for the last 4 or 5 years.
Okay, we're going to make sure we hit that one pretty good, because we have the logo and everything. Taylor, did I send it to you, or do I need to send it to you? Oh, his mic
Can you
is
send it?
off. Okay.
Sorry, my mic's muted.
Yeah. Do you need the logo for that one?
I do, yes.
Okay. Well, do you mind sending it
Yeah.
to him? Okay, because I'm really bad with the phone. But okay, so but any nonprofit that wants you to come out and say we're going to have a nonprofit event and we hope to draw 400 people, you don't charge them a dime.
No, there's been times where if we know financially we can't, or we know, well, tough, we'll just say, all we ask is that you purchase the food. We don't ask, but that's rare. But any other time we take the money that we raise for Easter hams and other things. And there are times that we do a catering or two, but that's we're kind of strict on how we do that because we don't want to get confused the message. So we'll do those for family or friends, but other than that, we just.
Do you need the address to send it to him?
Oh, perfect. I'll do it right now.
Okay. I just find that amazing. I really do. I mean, I know that you wouldn't be charging them a profit, but I thought surely there has to be some offset of the expense.
Yeah, no, and that's, I mean, and we have a few sponsors that support us in the past. My cousin's company, ABC, Air Balancing Company, ABC, they have been huge supporters and help us in any events. Family and friends are always willing to give. And of course, we come out of our own pockets a lot at times. So we do whatever we have to do to take care of it.
Are you a nonprofit organization yourself that people who donate, it's tax deductible, blah, blah, blah?
Not yet. We are
Okay.
working. That is one of our goals for 2022. It was our goal for 2020 and 21, but COVID, just obviously everything shut down, and so did the giving and Meatmeister world. But we are hoping to have that done.
Are there
very
by the
soon.
way, are there other Meatmeisters across the country?
No,
They're the only one. So
we're
this
the
is-
only ones. There are organizations like us,
Right.
But
Well, I haven't heard of any, but I'm just saying you're not like part of a larger group and you're like the local chapter of it or something. like that.
no, we're just like I said, just a group of men and families who just want to give back, and we just have taken it from doing it here and there to growing it into something we're very proud of to give back.
I'm just, I guess, a bit amazed, if you will, that you're able to do this, or at least on most occasions, without charging people, at least for the meat. I mean, and which, as we know, has not gotten any cheaper. I might send here. I have your. I thought I did from Jordan. Yeah, there it is. I'm going to try to send it to Taylor myself here.
I just text him the.
Oh, you got it?
The flyer.
Okay, well, good. Well, I'm going to have it on my phone just so I know what I'm looking at too. But how does an organization get a hold of you? Besides, I guess they can email you, I suppose.
Yeah,
But
info at meatmeistersbarbecue.com is the best way. Facebook, myself and some of the guys handle the Facebook. So if you, we're not the best in the world at posting.
Neither am I.
So we try.
I can assure you.
But that's the best way to get a hold of us. I mean, and of course, come see us at different events. We're at. We encourage it. We love people coming out and saying hello and buying seasonings because that helps supports us to give back because we want to continue to grow.
So you could if you could sell these, you sell like I'm holding here for those who probably catch this on podcast and not the viewing, and there's the sign there. We'll get to that in a minute. Sweet and spicy mustard here, gold. It says Suckle Busters. So you sell this, and the Suckle Busters group,
they sell them to us at a great cost rate,
pretty much,
and you allow us to distribute. We have that one, and also the honey, which is my daughter's favorite. But we have those two, and I think we have our bean kit on there, and also a chicken brine kit that if you smoke any kind of meat or even grill or put in the oven, the brine is amazing.
I was going to ask you because tonight I was going to be cooking, so if I put this or the rub on it, it's still good in the oven because supposedly we're going to have bad weather tonight.
Yeah.
Supposedly, I'm a weather agnostic.
I feel like Mondays are a bad weather day now.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they say. But I'm, last time they said, "Oh, here comes Armageddon." Oh, just goes to the north.
Yes.
That kind of stuff. So I'm always skeptical till, the flood hits.
Burleson bubble.
Yeah, but okay. But here's some information for those who are listening, either now or later. If you want to contact you, email us info@meatmeistersbbq.com. And the web page is www.meatmiesters.com. And they have a Facebook page. You can like it and follow it and all this other business so you can catch it. But let's talk about this Easter hams. Because to tell you the truth, my mom, when we have Easter supper, makes a ham.
Yes.
Because, that's a tradition. I prefer ham to turkey or something like that. Of course, you probably do turkey at Thanksgiving, I'll bet.
We do. We don't usually sell them because those are a different beast.
Yeah, I bet they are.
And we don't, it's not, no thanks. And plus, everybody's extremely busy those times of the year.
Okay, so let's just go down the list here on the...
Ignore the misspelling. I think I sent you the wrong one, but Saturday we know it's misspelled, but now it's a great conversation.
No, that'll work. It'll
Didn't
draw,
even notice it.
It'll draw attention to it.
I'm going to blame Tony, Nick.
Yeah,
No, I'm
okay.
kidding.
You're going to blame Tony.
Tony and Russell. Russell posted it. Tony wrote it.
Well, it's good enough.
Yeah.
All right, so...
I'm going to get in trouble for throwing them under the bus.
So for $45, you get an 8 to 10 pound smoked spiral sliced ham. Now, so they contact you through the email and or the Facebook
you can go on
page or whatever.
meatmeisters.com and to order it. Like I said, 45. Unfortunately, this is the first time ever we've had to raise the cost of it. We wanted to keep it very cheap and affordable for all families, but as everyone knows, nothing is. It's more the foil and pans. But no, $45, and we have 2 pickup locations. And at the Children's Advocacy Center, we're doing that one on Friday. And then Joshua Nutrition in Joshua Burleson, right there off 174, on that Saturday. And then we might, we're looking to do some fun stuff, have some stuff to sell, give away for lunch at Joshua Nutrition. So stay tuned to our Facebook page for that.
Okay, so let's say that somebody orders one and they go by the Joshua Nutrition, and it's all set up ahead of time. What if I decided Saturday morning something, I want a ham? There's a deadline to this, right?
There is. We believe it's this next Wednesday. The Wednesday before Easter is the cutoff. We might, depending...
Well, actually, the April 11th is a Monday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oops. So we will extend it to Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay, so 13th?
Well, we always do the 11th just to get those in, but I just let the secret out of the bag.
Oops.
So
if
don't wait until Wednesday. But
right. If you got the connection here is what you're saying.
If you know
I
a
gotcha.
guy.
Yeah,
but
if you know somebody.
we try to have extra hams, but that's, we don't want to have too many, because none of us want to take home a ham because we're hammed out.
Well, I would imagine after a while you just probably love a taco every now and then.
Yes, so that's why we cook other stuff for lunch. But no, that we have some. But give us a shout the day of, or stop by the location and we'll see what we can do. But also on there is, you don't need a ham, because sometimes grandmas and moms are particular and don't want nobody else's ham. And we have an opportunity for you to donate a ham.
Oh.
So we make sure that every donated ham has a home. We want to make sure every family at the Advocacy Center that needs a ham for Easter has one. And we will make, even if we don't have any ham donated, we make sure they get a ham.
That's interesting. So if I had a family I wanted to donate a ham to because they, as a thank you for something, or because I know that they might go without a decent meal, you could do this anonymously, I hope?
Sure, you can send us some. Yeah, we've had that happen once or twice, and you can give us their info and tell them that here's the pickup location, or we can kind of work through that. Otherwise, we have homes. So like I said, we have families. We give given some to first responders. It's kind of a fun tradition. We call the police department on that Saturday and say, hey, come pick up your ham. We think we've done that for 4 or 5 years.
So let's say I want to donate a ham. Do I give you their contact information, and you contact them and say a friend of yours who wants to remain anonymous is giving you a ham for Easter as a gift or whatnot? Happy Easter.
Yeah, we can shoot them an email with the the information saying this ham has been bought for you. Here's the pick locations, and we'll ask them which one they want. It was done anonymous, so we could definitely work through that. Not a problem.
Well, okay, that's a good thing.
Yeah, and if you don't, we have homes and locations to give hams to.
So if I just want to do one just for here, I'm buying a ham, you decide where it goes.
We make like I said, every family at the Children's Advocacy Center has a ham that needs one.
Yeah,
and we've done that since day one, and we're very, very proud to be able to give.
So $45, you get about 8 to 10 pounds smoked. Now, that'll last you more than one meal. I can tell you that.
Yes,
that's a pretty good sized ham. Where do you get the hams?
That is top secret.
Okay, that's fine.
That is a market trick that we can never disclose.
I got it. That's good for me. And so, but this is how you raise money for the other things you do.
Yeah, this is our biggest fundraiser of the year. So this goes to, like I said, our the Advocacy Center, their gala. It goes to every one of our organizations that we're able to support.
I have 2 or 3 nonprofits that have been on this show more than once, several times. And that's one of the better things about the show. I mean, I also do a little Joe Biden ranting every now and then, and they put up with that, for the other good stuff. The sponsors say, okay, get it out of your system, and then let's talk about the nonprofits. But, so let's say I have an event coming up, and, how much lead time do you need?
The more is better.
Well, I would imagine.
Yeah, so that way, because it's hard for us to just throw these things together, because like I said, we prepare for these events whenever we find out about them.
Okay, so
that way we know that if we're going to use this meal, we can buy in bulk, or however we can to maximize our profitability to on supplies and whatnot.
So so it'd be like if I had something come up Saturday, I'm out of luck then, right?
Call us if we can. Great. We've had that happen, and sometimes we can support it, but there's I wish we could do everything.
Well, of course, but and everybody's nonprofit charity is for going for something good. I mean, and I'm sure that kind of pulls at you a bit, because you want to be there for all these fundraisers for underprivileged children or people with disabilities, or you name it, and feel like I could make that work better, but sometimes your schedule just won't allow it.
It's hard to say no, and we don't ever want to say we're getting better at it, but we have had to become more selective, because again, if we can't give it 100% and we can't dedicate what we believe the Meatmeister way is, we don't feel comfortable doing it.
Well, so you do have, in a sense, it's not just any nonprofit. I mean, you do, it has to kind of correspond with your values.
Correct.
And your faith mission.
I say yes to faith, but my faith mission is we just want to give back. I mean,
right.
There's.
It doesn't have to be church related. That's
not at all.
Right, no, and that's not what I meant. But it's if you're going to have like a fundraiser for like Hell's Angels, that might be a
we
piece.
Try to steer away. We try to get we don't want to get any political garbage, because it's just that takes away our vision and what we do. So,
but in other words, the nonprofit doesn't have to be associated with church or faith, and that's great.
Yep.
But most people I know that I've talked to, that's at least a piece of what motivates them to do what they do. So that's a good thing. But so back to the question though. So if I have something coming up in about a month from now, roughly, then that probably can be accommodated if you're not already booked.
Yeah, reach out to us, shoot us an email, and if we can, great. If we financially can't, and we can work something out to say, hey, we have it to where some of our organizations have connections with food suppliers or with whichever, and they can help cut that cost and help us. So we're open. We're an open book, and if we can support it, great. If we can't, don't forget us for the next time.
Yeah, it must be tough, because it sounds like, just from what Jordan told me, you're getting to be more and more in demand.
It's a great. We're very humble about it, because it's something we never dreamed that we could do. Some of the things we've been able to do, the people we've been able to cook for, it becomes emotional at times, because, like I said, Chophurst is our newest organization, and we've never been able to do very much with vets. Not because we didn't want to, but we just didn't have the opportunity, and to be able to do that now, to see some of these things, it's hard. You don't want to say no, but because it's an honor to be able to give back.
Well, there is a couple of ways that I think you can get your word out even more. And off the air, I'll give you my opinion about where you can get some more publicity, if you will.
Absolutely.
Because I don't want to put anybody on the spot on the air, but I know of a couple of ways that you get your name even more recognized and out there. Now, as far as kind of coming up towards the end on time here, I got this thing going on, et cetera, et cetera. Tell us the process, how we get hold of you and what they can expect.
Yeah, just shoot us an email, and then one of us will give you a shout, and we'll kind of just discuss it. Once we have the details, myself or whoever handles it, we go back to the team and say, here's the date, here's what we're looking at, and make sure we're all on board with that organization, because we want to make sure that everybody is in agreement. And once we got the commitment of the team and resources, then we'll book it.
And it's pretty much within an hour and a half drive of here. Sounds like just about.
Yeah, we love to keep things.
Travel.
Yeah, we love to keep things local, because of course nothing's getting cheaper.
Yeah.
especially fuel.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Just found that out.
we're not opposed to doing just about anything.
Okay, I'm going to run through the sponsors real quick here, and at the end, I'm going to let you tell us everything you would like for us to know as a closing thought or whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Daniel, CrossFit Burleson, 317 Southwest Wilshire. I hope you're doing well. Hope you and Amber and the kids are doing well. Shandy, you, Ronald, the kids, hope you're doing well. You need to talk to Shandy if you're going to move in this area because houses ain't getting cheaper, that's for sure. She comes on about once a quarter and talks about real estate, and she's always well prepared. And it's like every time I leave that show, I'm thinking, I'm glad I got the house that I have now because I'd never get it in it today. And so there you go. Stock Steel Group will help you out with that. Thank you, Rex. Russell Wealth Group, myfinancialbox.com. Hit the link, get to know him. He'll help you with your 401ks, your retirements, whatever else you got going on. Thank you to Kimmy. I'll see you Wednesday, I hope. Anyway, Optavia, 817-789-1622. Also, same to you, Gayla. Hope you're doing well. I'll see you Wednesday. All three of these ladies are part of a larger networking group, and it's a pretty good. In fact, ASD is part of our group. They're the nonprofit chair. But anyway, back to Gayla Southern Gym. Cleaning, repair, inventory. She'll be moving in a couple of months to a larger location in the Windmill building. I think she's going to be expanding her inventory, so that's going to be a good thing. Also, Michelle Humphrey over at Hotworks, infrared workout, Pilates, yoga, Peloton, you name it, you can do it, and aerobics, on and on and on. And the infrared system helps make that workout even more optimized. So thank you, Michelle. Thank you to Otto. Hope you made it back from Dubai without causing an international incident. So we'll see you at our place. I always get a kick out of Otto because, he walks around that restaurant like he's, Frank Sinatra, something like that. He's a big shot, Okay, our place. Thank you for what you do for the community. And also, Chris, hope you're doing well. Hope your grand opening Friday went well. And tell your buddies about this joint. If they like cigars, this is the place to get them. Chris is an old student of mine, and he knows cigars. He's a, it's more than just, like a hobby with him. He knows which ones do what for you, that kind of stuff.
We'll have to put a leash on those guys because if I ask them, they're going to intentionally want to run an errand and they won't come back.
We just happened to.
So Chris and Damon don't get any big ideas.
We just happened to stop by World Scar. Well, okay. And also, thank you to Antonio at Proactive Payment Solutions. We'll be talking to you Saturday, and I'm looking forward to that. It's a very interesting story. So I hope y'all are able to tune in or catch it on podcast later. And thank you to Tiffany. Local Life Magazine's out this week, and it's also on the website, locallifetx.com. Has great bargains and discounts and coupons and the whole thing, and it's really good stuff. It works for me. I advertise in this, and she advertises here, and I think she does more for me than I do for her, I'm afraid, because I get calls. I get people say, hey, see you got a podcast. I'd like to talk about my group. And so I've been doing a lot of nonprofits in the last 3-4 months, and I'm okay with that. I'm really good with that. That's what I call it, the neighborhood. Anyway, so tell us everything you want us to know, Brian.
No, first of all, thank you for having me come on and share
problem.
our message. We're just, the Meatmiesters, we're proud of what we do. Mm-hmm. We're proud to give back to the community. We're proud to show love, like it says, 1 Q at a time. So
that really does crack me up. 1 Q at a time. I mean, it's a very interesting slogan.
And that was, it's one of those great smoker conversations. We came up with that. And, we are all beyond blessed for what we have in our lives. And for us to be able to use the Meatmiesters to give back, it's an honor and a privilege for us to give back to our community. You need Easter ham, we would love the support. If you don't,
Taylor, will you put that back on the screen just for a moment, please?
Yeah, and if you don't, check out the website. And like I said, with Father's Day coming up, our seasonings are delicious. We're not just saying that; we use them as well. Go to check out Suckle Busters. They're local. They're an amazing organization. And please check out our sponsors. We got the Advocacy Center, Young Life, Aiden's Act of Kindness, Walk for Caroline, Camp Craig Allen. I'm no one to forget one.
Never
Young
Alone.
Life, Never Alone.
Right.
And then, like I said, we're doing the ASD event coming up. And they're not one of our official Meister organizations, but we're excited about that. And as well as Lifegate Church. We do a lot for the youth. They're one of our newest organizations, as well as Lifegate Church as a whole. And then Chophurst. Check those guys out as well.
That's the veterans group.
That is. So that's an amazing organization, and we are so excited to have them as part of our team.
Well, I appreciate what you do for the community.
Yeah, thank you.
This is a true act of faith and service, and I'm very impressed with your outfit. Nothing makes you feel better than a full stomach and a full heart.
Yeah, and if there's
I
any,
like that.
Yeah,
Full stomach,
any
full
businesses
heart.
that see it and they want to sponsor an event or put their name on our smoker, reach out to us. We will take
There's a couple of people after like I said, after the air, I'd like for you to maybe have them contact you.
No, I need to call Otto and have him, those early mornings donate coffee.
Yes. Well, he'll
Forget breakfast. I just want coffee.
Yeah, I know he's good for all those things.
Yes, he's a great man.
So I appreciate what you do, and and I know the community does. And we're going to have you on again. I don't know, maybe at the end of the summertime.
That'd be great.
Because that's another busy season, is it not? Is it fall?
It is.
Fall?
Yes.
Okay. Remember, get on their webpage. $45 for the ham. And either you can buy one for mama and buy one for yourself, or buy one for a friend, or buy one anonymously and give it as a gift. So check out the webpage. Try to have it done by this time next week, guys. So give these guys a fighting chance to get all those hams done. And it's going not just for a good meal, but a great cause. And we appreciate what you do, and we appreciate you guys listening. Bye-bye.